This huge German Second World War military base in Norway was made to protect Stavanger Airport against British attacks during the Second World War. Join me as I discover 25 German-made buildings and gun batteries, most of them intact. This military battery is in the middle of a residential area, only a few kilometers from the airport. There were 4 Flak 88 cannons. Flak is an abbreviation for Fliegerabwehrkanone, which translates to anti-aircraft gun. 88 means that the projectile's diameter, or more correctly, the shell, is 88 millimeters. A group of 10 soldiers made up a Flak 88 team, and there were 2 teams per cannon. It is crazy that 20 people operated a cannon that could have been operated by AI today. Each Flak 88 position had storage underneath the ground, probably to store ammunition. I can't believe why people are destroying historical objects with paintings like this. Anyways, here we can see electrical cables coming from the command place, which we will have a look at later. To me, it looks like there have been some upgrades to the electrical system after 1945, but I'm not completely sure. Let me know in the comment if you know. This looks like a 440 volts 3-phase outlet, which means that the systems needed quite a lot of power. There was also a central aiming device that acted as a sight for all 4 cannons. This is the biggest and best preserved structure in the whole military base, a high-value target that had extra fences around it. The most important central aiming device for the Flak 88 was the Kommandogerat, an advanced analog fire control computer. It calculated firing solutions based on target speed, altitude, distance, and the gun's current position. For anti-aircraft purposes, this device could predict the future position of enemy planes, factoring in speed and direction to ensure the shell met the aircraft mid-flight. I need your help for the next structure because I don't know what it is. Can it be a rocket launcher in some way? Please let me know in the comments what you think it is. There were also 2 37mm flak cannons, which were very effective against low-flying aircraft. As a size comparison, this is the area it took to operate the cannons. Soviet prisoners of war built these buildings to house the German soldiers. These prisoners actually built most German constructions throughout the Norwegian coastline. They were treated exceptionally badly, with very little food and medical treatment. 15,000 out of 100,000 Russian prisoners of war in Norway died. By the way, this tiny building is located a few kilometers away and is called the Russian Hut. This housed 16 prisoners of war and shows how badly they were treated. This is one out of only 2 remaining Russian huts in Norway. Anyways, back to the German battery. The German barracks were at least a bit more comfortable with insulated walls and a built-in fireplace. Interestingly, these barracks had grass roofs, which served 2 purposes. One was insulation, to keep the soldiers warm during the cold Norwegian winters. The other purpose was camouflage, to make the military base less visible from the air. Throughout the military base, there were also a lot of searchlights as part of the close defense. The area was heavily guarded, and it was strictly forbidden for civilians to enter the area. The close defense used MG-42, a machine gun so effective that a slightly modernized version, known as MG3, is still used in armies around the world today. For example, in Norway, the MG3 is still the primary machine gun for the army. Åsen Battery also had 20mm flak. These weapons were meant for low-flying aircraft, but were also effective against infantry and light vehicles in case Allied forces attacked the military base from the ground. This building was slightly modernized after 1945 because the Norwegian army used it for training after the Second World War. The Germans used this as a commando place, not only for Åsen Battery, but also for several other military bases in the area. By the way, don't mind that upside-down heart. I really had to struggle to open that door. I don't know when last time someone opened it. Anyways, I was shocked when I saw the inside of it. I expected an empty room. But there was a lot of exciting stuff. I believe much of this was added after the Second World War, but it is at least 20 years old, and some of it is from the Second World War, I think. This in particular was very interesting. Translated to English, this means aiming device circuit and cannon circuit. There were 2 more war rooms in this commando place. Here we can also see electrical equipment marked with cannon. I am 95% sure that this painting is Norwegian, probably from the 90s, but let me know if I am wrong. Parts of the inner wall have fallen down. It is crazy to think about that this room was the main command room for several big German military bases in the southwestern part of Norway. Time to get out again. All these gun emplacements had their own storage area for ammunition. Due to Assen Battery's strategic location close to the airport, it also had a big supply storage for German aircraft ammunition. In total, 250 soldiers lived and operated this area from 1940 to 1945. Many of the barracks had direct connection to the cannons, as you can see here. I'm new in the YouTube game. Let me know what you think about the video in the comments, and I would really appreciate if you could give me a follow.